Welcome to this lesson. So in this lesson we're going to look at the second part of our code. So one thing I need to change is there are actually 6 parts totally, not just 5. So the first part was the initial stage, and then we created the new game button and then all the canvas click and everything. So now let's go for the part 2. The part 2 is drawing the X's and O's. So drawing the X's and O's, which is a very important part of this course, because without drawing the X's and O's on your canvases, you can't actually play the game visually, right? So that needs to be done. So you need a visual aid because this is an actual game. So the human player has to see what's actually happening. So let's draw the X's and O's, and for that we'll be using the canvas function. So I already taught you how all of that works in the Canvas Basics modules. That is how to draw on the canvas, so please refer to all of that. So first of all, let's draw the X now. Okay, so let's draw the X now. I already gave a quick explanation of how paths are drawn on canvases in the Canvas Basics module, so please refer to that before you start this path. So function draw X. Okay, so that's the function we're going to be creating, and there's going to be no arguments in this function because we don't need anything. Everything we need is actually available in here as global variables, so we don't actually need anything to be given in here. Okay, so first of all, as you know, the box variable is a variable that's going to hold the particular element that was clicked. Okay, so that's the element on which you need to draw. So the box function, first of all, what I'm going to do is, so this is going to hold, so if I clicked on this particular canvas, this element will be inside this box. Okay, the box variable. So I'm going to change the style of that box, and the style that I'm going to change is background color to this color. Okay, FB 5181. That's it. I'm sorry about this. I need to place this inside a quote, cut and paste. Okay, so first of all, that's what I'm going to do. Now let's next begin a path. I already told you how paths work in the Canvas Basics module and how to draw them, so please refer to that. So first of all, let's create our path. Begin and close the path. ctx dot close path. That's it. Okay, so let's first begin and close the path. Within these 2 lines of code, we'll be drawing our path. Now we first need one diagonal line that will be one part of our X. Okay, so a line that goes from here to here. So we need to draw it within the canvas, which has a width and height of 100 each. So it's a square with width of 100 and height of 100. So within this we need a diagonal line. So in order to leave some space between the border of the canvas and the starting of the diagonal line, let's move the position of the context to the X and Y positions of 15 and 15. So we're going to move our context to 15, 15 in here. Okay, so that's where we're going to start the pin. So first of all, let's move to 15, 15. All right. Similarly, let's leave out 15 pixels, and from 15, 15, let's draw a diagonal line to 85, 85. Okay, so that we leave 15 pixels in here. Okay. So we can't see the line yet, but when it's drawn, that's how it'll go. It'll go from around here to around here. Okay. So ctx dot line 2 is going to be 85 and 85. That's it. So that's the first part of our X. Now let's move the context to the X position 85. Okay, X position 85 and Y position 15. So 85, 15 around right here, so that we can start drawing the next part of our X. So let's first move it. ctx dot move to 85, 15. 85 for X and 15 for Y. Then from here, from this position where the context is right now, let's draw a line to the X position 15 and the Y position 85. So a line from here to here. Okay, so ctx dot line 2 goes from 15 to 85. Okay, so finally let's specify the color of the lines, okay, with the stroke style property, and the color, the line width, the line cap, and all of those things. The first of all, let's specify the line width, which basically means the width of the line, how thick the line is going to be. So I'm going to make it 21. You can make it any number you want. And then the line cap, I already taught you what line cap is as well. So, and the line cap is going to be round. Okay, that basically means that the end of the lines are going to be round. It's not going to be sharp. And then the stroke style, which basically means the color of those lines, it's going to be white. Okay, and after all of this, let's call the stroke. That's it. Okay, so after all of this, we are calling the stroke. So we are drawing the line, and then we're giving it its designs, stylings, and then finally we're calling stroke so that it actually draws. Alright, so that's it. So finally, after all of this, we need to assign the relevant array value in the symbol array to the string X. So as you know, every time we draw, we need to change the symbol array, right? Because the symbol array right now has nothing. So we need to change that. So we're going to call the symbol array. So it's just to make sure that everything is perfectly in order. We're going to make the symbol into an X because the symbol array has empty strings right now. So let's make it an X for this particular value. So the num minus 1. So what is the num minus 1 in here? So we haven't assigned value to num minus 1 yet, so you probably don't know. But as you know, the num value holds the number of our canvas, right? So this is the canvas. So if this canvas was clicked, the num value will actually hold the value 1. So we are asking it to get the value num minus 1 because, as you know, arrays start from 0. So that's why whatever value it has, we have to decrement it by 1 and then call the symbol array for this. Okay, so that's it for the drawing X function, and we also assigned values to it. We also updated our values in here, and in the next lesson let's look at drawing the O. Okay, I'll see you there. Thank you.